Hey YouTube, it's SoulPrime13 coming at you with another Transformers video review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Dr. Wu Cassettes 2-pack. This one is for Impact Wave and let's see, Explosion and Supersonic. I am not familiar with these guys' official names. I cannot remember them off the top of my head at the moment. But I do know that they are a couple of combining cassettes for Blaster. Now, the red one does turn into a sort of pterodactyl slash pterodon. I'm not 100% sure what the exact difference is. I know that there is a difference, I just can't remember it. And then this one, the blue one, I do believe is some sort of tyrannosaur of some kind. Part of the reason this review is coming so late after their release is I did not buy them when they first released. This was released back when I was still sort of iffy on smaller Transformers. Dr. Wu has definitely been winning me over. I've actually been ordering a lot more of them. But also, when I did get it, he had two left arms. So I had to get them to send me a right arm. But now that I have both of them, I do want to do a little review for them. So we do have our two cassettes here. Taking a quick look at the box, we do have some nice artwork there of their combined mode. And again, there is supposed to be the pterodactyl there, but obviously purchase sticker. The Rex, and then we got our usual Dr. Wu stuff on top and on the bottom, and then we get our singular product shot, and you can see the is stand compatible there, and they're in their dyno modes there. But that's it for the box. Now we do get two lovely instruction booklets. This one covers the transformation into dyno mode for both cassettes. The Pteranodon Pterodactyl is much more simplistic. And then there's the Rex. And our other instructions are for the combined robot here. But we will cover both. We also get 3 collector cards. We get obviously our 2 dinosaurios and their tech specs on the back. And then we get our combined robot, Impact Wave. I'm definitely going to have to go look up their names. Yeah. I'm not sure if these guys are from the original G1 or if they came later in like one of the Japanese cartoons. Let me know, because I'm really curious where these guys came from, because I don't remember seeing them in the cartoon, given it has been a while since I've rewatched it. So we do also get some little accessory bits, but those are more for the transform modes. They do not fit on the cassette modes. But for a couple comparisons, here we have them next to G1 Sea Spray. Here we have them next to Legends Class Mudflap. Don't remember why. Oh, I remember why I brought them over. And of course, we have them next to 86 Blaster. And as with these Dr. Wu cassettes, they have gone through the trouble of making them compatible, so you can store them in Blaster's chest, which is a huge plus. I really dig that. Oh, this one's a little less firmly connected, so there we go. But just so you can see that they are cross-compatible. You back in there. But let's go ahead and transform these little dudes. So we'll start with our I can at least call them by their unofficial names. Supersonic. And this one's pretty straightforward. First, you're just gonna bring these pieces out to the sides, and I don't believe we change anything about, yeah, we don't do anything else on those legs here. We do want to flip them around, and these little silver bits here are his little dino feet, and we just angle those out. Then we just come here and get a hook in on that head crest and bring up his head. And I think they're supposed to angle these pieces a certain way for this. I don't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't really matter though. Either way, there's just going to be a big gaping spot there. But that is essentially our transformation into our dino mode. And then for this, we want to take these silver pieces that have the long gun barrels. And I do believe we want to put it on. Ah, there it is. There are two little slots there. And you can see two little tabs. Just tab that together like so. Grab the one for the other side. Like, hey, get in there. Why are you being difficult? Anyway, there we have him with these little guns attached. Put him over there. And now we'll do Explosion, our little blue T-Rex. And this one is definitely a lot more involved, but first we're going to untab these arms here. There are little posts here to tab in, and we're going to bring these arms down. And then we are going to come here and sort of grab onto this panel. Just bring this whole thing out. And you want to leave this out because this is actually the last little bit of his tail. And then want to rotate his head up and just sort of extend that. And if I remember correctly, oh, now I remember. Then we fold in these little parts here, like so, and like so, and that'll fill in his back. Then we can just untab these little dino arms. Here, come in. There we go. See, there's a teeny little tab right there, a little post there. Basically plugs into his dino elbow. There we go. And just straighten out his arms. Then we want to come here to these ball joints and bring these legs in. And we're going to rotate this so that this sort of armor piece here is forward, and fold the toes up like so. And there we basically have our little dinosaur, our little T-Rex. And for his little accessories, he gets these basically like little double cannons, pretty similar to what was it Overkill, I want to say, the one for Soundwave. And they, instead of pinning onto his back, they pin onto his legs like so. And we just see there's two little tabs, there's two little slots. Yeah, come back here. And now he's ready to dominate the Jurassic. And there's adorable little dinosaurs. But there we have them in their robot modes. And just for another quick comparison, here they are with G1 Sea Spray again. And here we have Blaster again. So there is that. As far as the articulation goes for our little flying guy here, for Sonic, Supersonic, keep wanting to call him Sonic Wave, but I think that was a different one they named. He does have a double hinge at the neck here, the base, and at the base of the neck, base of the shoulders, I guess. But so he can do a little chicken head bob. The shoulders are ball joints, then swivels, and then hinge. And there is some movement here in this part, but this is more for the other robot. But if you want to like have these sticking out a little bit further, you can do that. And then the feet are just on a hinge, so not too much going on there. But as far as explosion here, the head can move up and down, and it is also on a hinge at the base. I don't think, yeah, we do not get an opening mouth, but that's not terribly surprising with how small it is. Ball joint at the shoulder, we do get a hinge backward and forward at the elbow for the little dino arms. Dino leggies are on a ball joint, although this part does not tab in super well. Actually, it doesn't tab in at all. So the other ball joint here, here and here. So this one here is a lot more stiff than this one. So just be aware. You get a swivel, and there is the robot elbow joint if you want to like make him squatting down or something a little bit, I suppose. We do get a rotation at the foot because it is also a robot fist, and again these toes can move up and down. And then the tail does have a hinge and a hinge if you want to position that a little bit. So that is our articulation for the dino modes. Now if we want to transform him into the combined robot, we do want to take these little bits off, and we'll start here with our big blue dinosaur. We are going to open these panels up again, and we are going to fold all this in like so. Bring this around, and we do want to fold in the dino head again. Bring that in like so. We're basically going to go most of the way back to cassette mode. We're going to tab these little armatures back in. Put them back in. Come on. Like so. Then we do want to flip up his head. Yeah, that does happen from time to time. There we go. Get that ball joint out. Put his head back on. And then these components, I believe, actually, yeah, we want to bring these ball joint sections around back like so. And I actually want to turn that head back around. I wasn't supposed to do that. And then rotate these arms just so they're oriented as arms instead of legs. And we're just going to kind of leave that open like so. Then we're going to come here. I'm also going to take these little bits off. And these pieces for this part, they do fold out because, as you can see, there's like a little bit of a shape to them. But honestly, they tend to just fold back in anyway, so you don't really have to worry about it too much. But we are going to fold back in that dino head. We are going to fold back in the dino feet. And we are going to come here, and we're going to orient these like so, so that they're standing like legs. We're going to pull this bit back, and we are going to fold out these robo feet and fold that back down. Fold out robo foot, fold that back down. And now, so what we want to do here is, let me make sure that, I think I might have these oriented the wrong way. Yeah, doesn't really matter too much, but trying to be professional about all of this. But as you can sort of see in here, there is a little divot right there, and that is actually where this little spike on the black part is supposed to go, like so. But again, as you can see, they just kind of squish out to the sides. And while we hold this here, we're supposed to bring this ball joint section here forward, and there is a little tab right here, like right here. It's going to go into this little slot right here in his arm. Basically, come on. Basically like so. And we basically are just wrapping everything else around as this gets caught and comes undone. Bring this around, tab in on the other side, as again it just comes undone. And honestly, this is not the best, unfortunately. I do think the concept is cool, and I really do like the little dyno modes, but the combined robot just is not well engineered / executed. There we go. Because unfortunately, those little tabs in his like arm sections, those are the only thing holding the entire robot together. So just, yeah, see how easy that is to come undone. Just because you basically can't really play with the combined robot because he's just going to keep coming apart. But there we do have him all combined. And actually, these could have just stayed on, but these do go back on his shoulders. Like so. Come on. I keep dropping everything. Come on, get all the way on there. And then for these ones actually do go in a different spot, sort of. They actually plug in to the back of the leg now, like that. Because before they were in the bottom of the foot, but now they're going into basically his calves. And that helps fill out those legs a little bit, which is nice, but yeah, unfortunately the robot just does not hold together super well. You can move his arms and his wrists okay, but if you try and move his shoulders, they basically just come undone, which is a bummer. Because it is a cool little robot. I think it looks really cool. Yeah, as far as articulation goes, we do have a hinge and then a ball jointed head. Again, we do have the ball jointed shoulders, which are probably just gonna come undone because they're really stiff, unlike the actual tab. Do get 90 degrees at the elbow, and we do get a bicep swivel. Do get wrist swivel, and you can pose those dyno claws as you see fit. No waist, but we do get those same ball jointed hips as, or same ball joints as hips rather. Do get a thigh swivel. Do get 90 degrees at the knee. We do get up and down at the toe, more or less, more for transformation, but you can use it a little bit. And we do get ankle tiltage in both directions. So you do at least get a little bit of posability as a little dude. So there's that. And once again, for a comparison, here he is next to G1C Spray again. And here he is with Blaster. So yeah, it is a cool little set. I do like it, but yeah, I do wish that there was more secure joints for the combined robot, because yeah, it's just two teeny little tabs holding his entire body together, and it's just not secure. But it does look very nice. The individual dinosaur modes are really cool, and I'm glad that they at least put in the combination. You can at least display them like that without any trouble. And of course, you can use their cassette forms with the official blaster, which is, like I said, a big plus. So, but overall, I don't know how much I can really recommend this if you're going for the full kit / the combined robot. If you're just looking for the little dinosaur cassette side of things, or just more cassettes to have with Blaster in general, definitely worth picking up. And again, these aren't super expensive. The Doctor Wu 2 packs are usually around like 25 to 30, depending on things on Shozi's store. I don't think that this guy's in stock on Shozi anymore, though. But usually you can find Doctor Wu for around 25 to 30 for the basic double cassette packs. Usually only those like mini Titans seem to go for more, like Triptychon and Metroplex. So they're usually pretty easy on the wallet, thankfully. But yeah, overall, I think I'd give this guy like a 6.5. I definitely dig the dinosaur modes the most. That's like the main draw. I do wish the combination was a little more secure, as I've said, but at the end of the day, I'm mostly satisfied. Um, but yeah, I think that's really all I have to say about this. So I think I'll go ahead and wrap up this review. And this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.